Okay, the last one, number 5, giving. You give on a consistent basis. Number 5, you give on a consistent basis. So are y'all good? Do y'all need me to go back through any of the 5 and explain what I mean? Y'all good? Okay, cool. So I don't want you to share what your score is. I believe that that is your personal business, but I want you to tally up that score. If your score is a 10 out of 50, 48 out of 50, 50 out of 50, whatever it is, I just have one question for you. Are you happy with your score? Put yes or no in the chat, please. Are you happy with your score? Yes or no? And this is not from a place of judgment. You can have a 48 out of 50. And if you're an overachiever, you may be like, dang, I need them two more points. No. Wish now, but come on, growth. I love it. Yes. No. No yeses. No yeses. Okay, great. Bet. So we got some work to do. So because nobody put yes in the chat, we have some work to do and I'm ready to do it. So I want you to pay close attention to that number. Circle it, highlight it. Oh, on IG, we got some yeses. Okay. Circle it, highlight it, because whatever area that you're not content with, whatever area that you're not happy with, those are the areas that you need to focus on. So boom, let's get right into it. So 3 common mistakes when it comes to budgeting. 1, you're not budgeting at all. You're not budgeting. So there are plenty of budgeting methods. You have your 50, 30, 20, you have your lifestyle budgeting, hey, you have your zero-based budgeting, then you have your none at all. Number 1, the none at all budgeting method, you don't budget. Number 2, you're restricting yourself. So you're saying, oh, I'm only gonna spend $70 eating out. But then when you spend 75, you're looking stuck. You're restricting yourself. And number 3, you budget monthly, but do not get paid monthly. Now, this is a big one. And it's crazy because when I first started my personal finance journey, this is what I did. Why? Because the internet told me to do so. The internet told me that I needed a monthly budget because I only pay bills once a month. Yes, you only pay bills once a month, but you don't get paid once a month. And if you don't get paid once a month, you shouldn't be budgeting one time a month. So now let's talk about how you can combat some of these mistakes. So 1, you need to understand that your budget is your financial GPS, period. The GPSs that we have in our phone, I want you to think about it. If I wanted to get from King Street to Florence, no matter where I go, I can make a right turn, a left turn. Even if I do something that the GPS doesn't tell me to do, they're going to put me back on route. Put me back on route. So your budget is simply,
It might be.
Sorry, So your budget is simply your financial GPS. Just like your phone gives you directions to get from point A to point B, your budget does the same thing. It's going to give your money direction. Budgeting is simply how you will manage your money. So manage, I know that's such a broad term, but simply it just goes back to your budget. If you don't budget, your money will act like a bad kid. So I'm gonna give y'all a little story. So my mom has been in the cosmetology industry for 28 long years. So I'm a shop baby. So I grew up in the shop. So I saw plenty of her clients coming in and out. Sometimes they would come by themselves. Sometimes they would bring their bad kids. And kids that did not listen to their parents, did not have any discipline, was just jumping all around on my mama's salon furniture. She did not like that. Why? Because they had no discipline and they did not listen to their parents. They did whatever they wanted to do, whatever they wanted to do. So your money does the same thing in your account because you don't parent it. You don't tell your money what to do. So it just sits in your account and you spend, you swipe, you give it out, you buy a gift, you go turn up and drink. You do all of that stuff. You don't give your money direction. So literally, if you don't have a budget, your money will act like a bad kid. No discipline, no control. It's just going to leave you fast or slow. It don't matter. It's going to leave you. It's going to act crazy. The third thing, budgeting helps you know what you have coming in versus leaving out. I think that was just the most simple way that I could put that. Your income versus your expenses, period. So there are 3 different rules that I want y'all to remember. And if you're taking notes, please write this down. This is a screenshot from my lifestyle budgeting ebook. Rule number 1, don't restrict yourself. It is okay to cut back on areas that you feel like I'm spending too much money, but your budget is simply your financial GPS, like I said. So when you're going through your budget, if you realize you have HBO Max, Netflix, Hulu, Spotify, like you have all of these subscriptions, you need to rethink that. Do you have friends? Get creative. You don't need all the subscription services. If I have Netflix, Tata might have Hulu. Nadia may have HBO Max. Get creative and stop letting stuff just eat up your money. Some stuff you may be paying for every month, but don't even use it. Make that make sense. So the first thing, don't restrict yourself. You just need to know what you have coming out of your account so you can know what areas to cut back on if you want to cut back. Rule number 2, always pay yourself first, period. If I had paid myself 3 years ago, I would never been in a situation where I could not afford to pay my rent. The reason why is because I would have had money in an account as my cushion. A lot of people, what they do, they say, okay, I'm gonna go to work, I'm gonna work hard, I'm gonna pay my bills. Oh, I gotta make sure I pay my bills, and then I'm gonna save later. But they don't never make it to the saving. Why? Because they done ate at California Dreaming. Y'all, that's my favorite restaurant. They done ate at California Dreaming. They done went to the club. They done bought something online. They done went to Target. Y'all know how it is going in Target and you don't got no type of list. You just spending your money. And then boom, you have nothing in your savings account and now you're waiting on your next paycheck. So make sure you pay yourself first. Last but not least, be real with yourself. After paying yourself first, you'll see what you're working with. This is the time to figure out, do you need to increase your income? Remember, I told y'all I wasn't making enough money. Do you need to decrease your expenses or do both? So action step, write this down. Tonight, tomorrow, preferably tonight, while this is fresh on your mind, I want you to write down your income on one side and how often you get paid. Every time you get paid, you should be budgeting. Why? Because it goes back to this. Your budget is your financial GPS. So every time some money comes into Kiani's account, Kiani needs to give her money direction. Okay? So action item, take out a piece of paper, write down your income on one side and how often you get paid. On the other side, write down each reoccurring expense. Each reoccurring expense. So no matter what, I have this coming out of my account monthly. From that, you'll see what you're working with during, if you get paid twice a month, you'll see what you're working with during your first pay period and what you're working with during your second pay period. Now, when you go back to your expenses, I want you to make sure that you have your expenses organized. And when I say organize them by date. So let's just say I pay my rent on the first of the month. So I would have the first rent, $889. Fifth, Netflix, $14.99. So make sure they are organized by dates. Give me the name of the bill and the amount. Now, the next thing I want you to do is draw a line between, let's just say you get paid on the 1st and the 15th. Draw a line separating all of your bills that come out between the 1st and the 14th. And then draw a line kind of separating all of the bills that come out between the 15th and the 30th. I'm telling y'all, doing that simple activity is going to be a game changer. So before I move forward, do anybody have any questions about that? How I broke that down? Does anybody need me to repeat the action step?
Yes, can you repeat the action steps for me, Key?
Yeah. So starting off, I want you to write your income down on one side and how often you get paid. So if you get paid every 2 weeks, let's just say you get paid $1,500. I need $1,500 on the 1st and then $1,500 on the 15th. And that's on one side of your paper. On the other side of your paper, I want you to write down every expense that you have coming out per month. Every expense. And I want you to organize it by the date. So 1st of the month, rent, $889. So organize all of your bills that come out every month like that. Now I want you to separate your bills based on how often you get paid. So if you get paid on the 1st and the 15th, group number 1 bills, let's just call it group 1. All of those bills are going to come out between the 1st and the 15th. And then group 2 bills, those are going to come out between the 15th and the 30th. That's it for that action step. So once you total up those 2 numbers, you'll see like I said $1,500. Let's just say your group 1 bills, let's just say that's $500. No, it probably won't be $500. You got rent. Let's just say that's $1,000. So you will subtract 1,000 from 1,500 and you will see the 1st of the month, you only have $500 to left with. So that's $500 to eat, $500 to save, $500 to put gas in your car. So I need y'all to get really clear on what you have coming out. Any other questions before I keep moving forward? No? Okay, cool.
I have a question, Keone.
Okay, go ahead.
So, okay. What if your bills, all the bills you got don't even equal to half of what you make during the month?
Like, so basically you have have money?
That's what my problem is. Like, my bills don't equal to even half of what I make in a month. So I just spend like crazy. Like,
yeah, so if I
don't even think about it. So yeah.
So basically you're saying you have more money than you have bills.
I have more, yeah. I mean, not to, make it seem like, but yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. So, and I'm happy you said that. So I was just having a conversation with my friend and he's like, what do I do with my extra money? That goes back to the importance of having financial goals. Do you have debt that you need to pay off? Is there a trip that you want to take? Is there a purchase that you're trying to make? How does your savings look? Do you have an emergency fund? So I want you to think about all of those things and get your stuff in order. When I get to the savings part, I think it'll help you out a little bit more, but really get some financial goals because that's going to determine how you allocate that money.
Okay.
But thank you for that. That was really good.
Yeah, because I mean, fortunately, I do have more money. I do make more money than bills I have, but just want to put that out there because that's the issue. Like, I want to save money, but it's literally hard to bring myself to do that when I have so much money left over.
Yeah.
When all my bills are paid.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that some more. Talk about saving, investing, giving, all of that good stuff. I don't want you to just be spending.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
Thank you for that. If it was the other way around, say for instance, he had more bills than he had more money, I would tell you right here on this call, quit the job. Because there's no reason why you need to be exchanging your time for your money, but you don't have enough money to pay your bills. Period. It's too many jobs out here hiring. Sometimes you have to make a sacrifice and quit your job to go someplace else that's going to pay you more money. We are not here to just work to live. No. I want us to get out of survival mode and get into thriving mode. We need to start using stuff to our benefit. Period. Stop looking at your job as a job and look at your job as an investor. Because I'm trading my time, this job is giving me money so that I can invest in the things that I want to do. Invest in my savings, invest in my travel, invest in my future, my retirement. It's so many things. So stop looking at your job as a job and look at it as an investor. If your investor isn't giving you enough money, baby girl, it's time to go. Okay? So we're going to keep going. I see something in the chat. A reoccurring expense isn't like hair and nails, correct? So if you get your hair done every month and it's the same cost every month, then yes, it will be. If you get your nails done every month and it's the same cost, then yes, it will be. But if you like kind of pick and choose when you get your hair and nails done, then no, that's not a recurring expense. Okay, so let's move right along. Savings. 3 common mistakes when it comes to saving. 1, you don't save at all. You don't save. You don't see the importance of it. 2, you're not paying yourself first. The biggest mistake. If y'all don't get nothing else from this call, pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. I'm going to pay myself before I pay T-Mobile. Period. And I need my phone for my business. Pay yourself first. 3, you're not consistent. You save when you want to save. So, it's January 1. It's the new year. I'm going to save $10,000 this year, girl. So let me make sure I save my money. Then here come March and you're not saving a dime. Make it make sense. You save when you want to save. You need to be saving consistently. Saving consistently. At the beginning of this year, I launched a challenge called At Least 20. At Least 20 Savings Challenge. Now, $20 is not a whole lot of money. We spend that eating out. But if you multiply 20 times 52, that total is 1,040. And 70% of Americans don't have $1,000 in their bank account. There may be some people on the call right now that don't have $1,000 in their bank account, may not have $1,000 in their savings account. It's okay. I've been there before. But when you recognize that, I need you to start somewhere and make the change. Eventually, you're going to want to buy a house. And the time to get prepared is not when you want to buy the house. No, you need to be preparing now. Preparing now. So let's talk about how we can combat these savings. So 1, understand why you're saving. You're not saving just to have money sitting there. Save with a purpose. So Kawane, I think that this will help you a lot. Have separate accounts. Say, I'm saving for an emergency. If my car breaks down, I'm not crying about the money because I have an emergency fund. I'm saving because me and my sisters, we take an annual sisters trip. And when we go on our sisters trip, I'm not crying about it costs $40 to get in the club or $60 to get in the club because we're not in South Carolina. Like, I'm trying to make it real for y'all. Save with a purpose. Save with a purpose. Understand why you're saving. So think deeper about it. It's not just, this money is sitting in this account chilling. No, I am saving for X. Be purposeful with everything. So 3 ways to save. I know we shout, you need to save, you need to save, you need to save, but we don't give y'all instructions on how to save. So 3 different ways that you can save. Save automatically, save manually, or you can save consistently. So saving automatically, you can do that through your employer. You can do that through a banking app or an app like Acorns. So basically it's like you don't see it, you don't miss it, you don't even have to do any work because the money is just automatically taken out. Saving manually. Saving manually is saying, okay, every time I get paid, no matter what, I'm going to save $200, or no matter what, I'm going to save $50. And then you make that transfer with your banking app, or you just have the cash and you put it in an envelope wherever you save it. Saving consistently, that is what I was telling y'all about earlier when I say just saving the same amount at the same time every single week. So no matter what, if you're a part of my challenge, you know I encourage you to save at least 20 every single week. Save 20 every single week. After a while, it just becomes habit. I ain't saved my $20 today and it's Saturday. So you can save automatically, save manually, or you can save consistently. Now on the right side here, other things to know. The difference between a traditional savings account and a high yield savings account. So this was key to me. I read about this in a book called The Automatic Millionaire. I think that was the book I read it in. So a traditional savings is the savings that all of us probably had when we were about 16, 17, whenever we first got our bank account. Now, a high yield savings is the same as a traditional savings. The only difference is they pay you a little more. They give you a little higher interest rate. Can y'all keep yourselves muted, please? They give you a higher interest rate for having your money chilling in the bank. The reason why is because most of these high yield savings accounts are online banks. So they don't have all of the overhead that a Wells Fargo or a Bank of America will have. So pre-COVID, I have a high yield savings account with Capital One. and my interest rate was like 1.5% or something like that. But when COVID happened, it shot. So now I think it's like 0.4%. So the thing is, with a high yield savings account, your interest rate, it can go up, it can go down, but you're not going to lose any money. You're just always going to get a higher interest rate than a traditional savings account. Now, I have a traditional savings and I have a high yield savings. I use my high yield savings for my emergency fund because I know that this is not money that I'm not going to touch unless I have to touch it. So it's just going to sit there. I encourage you all to get you a high yield savings account. Everybody needs at least one. If you want to look up and compare different savings accounts, you can go to bankrate.com and they compare all of the different high yield savings accounts. They'll tell you if you need to have like basically like a banking fee. I would not recommend that because why am I paying you to hold my money? That don't make sense to me. But hey, something to do there. They'll tell you what's the minimum deposit. So some you can start off with $5, some you need 100, some you need 1,000. All of them are different. And they'll tell you which ones have the highest interest rates. So that website was bankrate.com. And then the last thing I have here on the slide is have multiple accounts. Y'all, I cannot tell you the importance of having different accounts. And the reason why is because it's so easy for us to transfer that money from our savings into our check-ins to do what we want to do. Make it harder for yourself to get this money. And like I said earlier, understand why you're saving. So I'm not going to have my emergency fund mixed with my savings account for travel or my savings account for leisure activities. No, those two don't need to be mingling. They are not friends because I want to have more fun than I want to prepare for an emergency. Let's just be real about it. I want to have way more fun than me just saying, what if? And that's what our emergency fund is for. So make sure that you have your money separated so that it can help you. So now let me check the chat. Thanks, talk to them. Yes. How do you handle gas with budgeting? This is a good one. This is a really good one. So I am a firm believer in not restricting yourself. So I don't think that it's sustainable to say I am only spending $50 on gas. No. Once you do your budget, you remember the action item that I gave y'all, the income, the expenses, that whole little activity. Once you figure out what that number is that you have left, you're going to separate your money into 4 different columns. So I need y'all to write this down, 4 different columns. There are only 4 ways to use money. SSIG. Save, spend, invest, and give. So with the example that I gave earlier, if Lydia got paid $1,500 during the first pay period and her bills during the first pay period is $1,000, she has $500 left. So with that $500, she needs to figure out what she is saving, what she is spending, what she is investing, and what she is giving. And I have this broken down to the T in my lifestyle budgeting ebook. So like I said, I don't believe in having like a line item or item number. No, we're not doing all that. Because if you go over, then what? So make sure you do that action item that I gave y'all when I was talking about budgeting. And then once you get that number, basically your surplus, how much you have left over, then organize it in those 4 different categories. SSIG. What am I saving? What am I spending? What am I investing? And what am I giving? Now, this is a little hard at first. I will say, especially if you're not used to planning out your money and planning out how you're going to spend your money. But I promise you, it is going to be a game changer. You're going to have way more money than you ever knew you had. So any questions before I keep going? Motivation equals expectation minus value. Okay. Because even pretty girls had to pay at, ain't no way I'm going to pay $40 cover. Really? Okay. We actually did pay $40 in New Orleans, and it was very, very fun. I do not regret. Even though I came home with COVID, I would not take that time back at all. So now let's keep it moving. 3 common mistakes when it comes to investing. 1, you don't understand investing. 2, you don't invest, period. And 3, you don't invest enough. So 1, you don't understand investing. 2, you don't invest, period. And 3, you don't invest enough. So let's talk about how we can combat these things. So starting off, know what you have already. Some people, they don't even know that they're investing, but they are. Let's talk about retirement funding. If you work in 9 to 5, you need to make sure, you need to just ask the question, do I have a 401k? Sometimes as young adults, we're just so excited to have the job. We don't even know what all benefits we are basically, or all the benefits that we have access to. There is literally somebody who is getting paid in HR. It is their job to like explain this stuff to you. Do you know how much you're contributing to a 401k if you even have a 401k? And when I say contributing, that means like a certain percentage is coming out of your check per month. So that may be 4%, 5%, 10%. Does your company offer you a match? If you don't know, you need to write that down. And on Monday morning, not even Monday, tomorrow's Friday, you need to be emailing them or calling them, asking them, what do I contribute to my 401k? Okay, what does the company match? Do they match dollar for dollar? These are the things that you need to know because you may be investing and not even know that you're investing. So 401k, if you work for the government, you may have a TSP, or you may have like a mix of like a Roth IRA and a 401k. So I created my Roth IRA in 2020. And basically what a Roth IRA is an individual retirement account. So it's basically like a savings account. Your money is in this account, but now you are investing in different companies. You can invest in stocks, you can invest in bonds, mutual funds. So it is another way to invest and prepare for your retirement. Now, dang, what I was about to say. Oh, when it comes to retirement funding, these accounts, you typically cannot touch them without getting penalized until you're 59 and a half. Now, there are ways around all of that stuff, like if you were to buy a house and different stuff like that. But most of the time, you cannot touch this money until you turn a certain age. So just keep that in mind. But please know what you have when it comes to retirement. Know where you want to go. How much money do you even think you need for retirement? The best time to start planning that stuff is now. You're never too young. Never too young. I don't even know the youngest person on this call, but even if you're 18, 19, 20, start preparing for retirement now. Time is the best thing that we have on our side when it comes to investing. The second thing, business. Is anybody on here that wants to start a business or currently has a business right now? Put it in the chat. Let me know. We can support each other. Anybody in the chat right now or on the call right now that has a business or would like to start a business? Let me know. Let me know. I want to start a business. Beauty mint collection, period. 3, 2, 1 selfie. Yes, y'all. It's so fun. I love it. Anybody else want to start a business, has a business? Okay, when it comes to business, you need to be investing in your business. Investing in your business. When I say investing, what does that mean, Key? Buying a book, going to an event, buying a course, doing something that's going to help you start, period. It's time that we let go of all the excuses, all of the laziness, all of the procrastination, and just do it. Do it. And sometimes it takes you putting money into something to get serious about it. So make sure if you want to start a business, you have dreams of starting a business, or if you're currently in business right now, keep investing in your business. Last week, me and my mom, we went to a business mastermind in Greenville. And I thank God for my mama because she paid for me to get in the room. She believes in the responsible home girl and everything that I envision for this brand. Y'all, we were in the rooms with people talking about how they made $1 million in a day. I'm just like, Lord, help me. $1 million in a day. So what did that tell me? I did not get intimidated by it. I got inspired because I was like, it can happen. And these aren't no rappers. These aren't no professional athletes. These are business people. So when you have a vision and you invest in that vision and you keep going, you're consistent, the money will come. the money will come, period. So make sure that you are investing in your business, but more importantly, investing in your mindset so you can take your business to the next level. Now, next, the stock market. A lot of people love to talk about the stock market. There are so many different ways that you can invest beyond the stock market, but for those of you who are interested in learning how to invest in the stock market, I would highly suggest follow somebody on social media who has proof that they teach this stuff. You can purchase a book. You can even download this app called Acorns. I'll send y'all the link to y'all email after the fact, but Acorns is a way where you can start learning how to invest in the stock market and investing passively. So I just actually talked about this in a blog post. So let's say, for instance, I go to Bojangles. Y'all, that's my favorite fast food restaurant. I really should stop eating there, but hey, it's good. But let's just say I go to Bojangles. I get me a little 2-piece seasoned fries and some water, and my meal is $7. No, let's just say $7.50. So what Acorns is going to do is round up that $7.50 to $8. They're going to take 50 cents and then they're going to invest it. Now, what they invest in is determined by, when I first opened the app, they ask you different questions like, what's your risk tolerance? Do you like to lose money? Are you willing to take a risk? Are you conservative? Are you moderate? Are you a risk taker? So they ask you all these different questions to kind of put you together an investor profile. And then as you spend money, they're taking money to invest for you. And it's so passive, y'all. So passive. One day, I mean, not one day, but like, let's just say 3 months from now, you'll open that account and it'll be about $300 in there. And all of this just came from you swiping the debit card that you had connected to the app. So I would highly recommend, if y'all are interested in investing in the stock market, doing some research with the Acorns, because of the Acorns app, because they do a really good job at explaining and just giving you education around it, but also investing your money passively. You don't really have to do anything. And then last but not least, self-education. Self-education is so key. It goes back to what I was saying earlier about the business mastermind, right? So earlier I told y'all that I started wholesaling mobile homes. Y'all, what I paid for that course, I spent $250 in that course. That was a small fraction of what I made when I closed my first deal. So when you see something that you want to learn, see a skill that you want to learn, anything, a business that you want to start, and somebody is literally, or somebody has literally went down that same path before you, and they can give you the game, but it's going to come at a price, invest in your self-education. We pay $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 to go to somebody's 4-year institution. Make it make sense. We need to always be learning, period. Whether it's free, whether it costs, invest in your self-education. And sometimes you may buy something and you be like, oh my gosh, this is such a waste of money. But it doesn't matter. You're sowing seeds. You're sowing seeds. One day you might have a course. One day you may have an ebook. One day you may have something to give back. And you're like, okay, I didn't like that. So let me make sure that my product is XYZ. So make sure you invest in your self-education. Okay. Moving right along. 3 common mistakes when it comes to giving. This is my favorite one. 1, you don't give. 2, you see no value in giving. 3, you believe you can't afford to give. So I'm gonna say that one more time. 1, you don't give. 2, you see no value in giving. And 3, you believe you can't afford to give. Now, when y'all start doing y'all lifestyle budgeting, which is a term that I coined, shout out to the responsible homegirl. But when y'all start doing y'all lifestyle budgeting and y'all are allocating y'all money to saving, spending, investing, please don't leave out giving. Please do not leave out giving. How to combat all of those mistakes that comes with giving? Mindset work. You literally have to have a mindset shift. Start small. $5 is better than no dollars. Add value. No, you may not be able to give nothing this month, but can you give your time? Can you give your time? So today I posted on Facebook and Instagram how on every Tuesday and Thursday, I go to Moore Middle in Florence, South Carolina, and teach financial literacy classes. Y'all, they pay me $15 an hour. I'm there for an hour. Now, y'all put in the chat, tell me, do y'all think I'm doing that for the money? I drive from King Street to Florence to teach an hour class, and they pay me $15 an hour. Tell me in the chat, do y'all think I'm doing it for the money? Yes or no? I need to know y'all opinion. Yes or no? I teach financial literacy classes on Tuesday and Thursday in Florence. They pay me $15 an hour. I drive there. I'm there for an hour. No, 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 of course not, period. So although they're giving me something monetary, which is very small, I'm not there for the money. I'm there to add value in those kids' lives, because I know if I can start sowing seeds when they're 12, they're 13, they're 14, that can literally change everything for them. Right now, I could walk in the classroom and I'm like, Isabel, tell me the 4 ways to make money. She'd be like, save, spend, invest, give, period. If they don't get nothing else from the class, they know the 4 ways to use money. So when they get jobs, when they turn 16, they're not just going to be thinking about what Jordans can I buy? And there's nothing wrong with Jordans, because Jordans are assets if we be real about it. But they're not just thinking about that. They're thinking about, how can I maximize this? How can I really use this money as a tool to do what it is that I want it to do? I hope y'all caught that. Sometimes we let money control us. And I always say, manage your money so your money isn't managing you. 3 years ago, my money was managing me. I wasn't managing it. And although it looked like I was living my best life on King Street, getting my nails done, getting my hair done, going to other campuses, turning up, going to this party. Oh, we're going out, sis, I need me a new outfit. Thank God that mindset is gone. But I wasn't managing my money. My money was managing me. So who's in control? Think about that. So back to giving. If you can't necessarily give something monetarily, give your time, give your talent, give your skill. You never know who you can impact. And 3, build the muscle. The more you give, it's just going to be easy. It's going to be very easy to give. Very easy, because it just becomes a part of you. You do stuff without even looking for something in return. Yes, you may give in expectation, because tonight I'm giving in expectation. I'm giving y'all this free money management class, hoping that y'all will take gems from it, apply it to your lives, and do something different. I hope that you came to this call, whether you're on IG or if you're on Zoom. I hope you came tonight in expectation, because if you didn't, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. So the last thing that I want to leave you with is this scripture that is so powerful. And when I read it, it hit me across the neck. And I was like, this is my sign. I'm going to be wealthy, period. Give freely and become more wealthy. Be stingy and lose everything. The generous will prosper. Those who refresh others themselves will be refreshed. Proverbs 11:24-25 for those that are on IG and can't see the screen. Give freely and become more wealthy. Be stingy and lose everything. Some of y'all are not attracting money into your lives because your hand is like this. You want to hold on to every penny, thinking that it's going to save you. But as close as you got your hand, nothing is going out and nothing is coming in. Give. Give. The generous will prosper. Those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed. Back to my statement of me going to this middle school. I get so refreshed by teaching these students. And I'm not getting a dime. I'm really not getting a dime, because every time I go there, I'm bringing them snacks. And the snacks always $10 to $15. And I have to put gas in my car every week. So it's not about the money, y'all. Give, give, give. Now, moving forward, I want to know, what do you want? What do you really want? Write it down. Tell me why you want it. So sometimes we think we want the money, but it's not the money. It's what's on the other side of the money. So I want you to sit down, take a moment, think about this. We got time. We got perfect timing, actually, because it's 1 hour long. I don't want to keep y'all past 9 o'clock. But what do you really want? Why do you go to your job every day? Why do you want to start this business? Put it in the chat. Tell me, what do you really want? Do you want to be able to travel when you want to? Do you want to be able to give your kids a better life than you had? Do you want to pay for your kids' college? Do you want to be able to go shopping when you want to go shopping? Do you want to start building that generational wealth? Do you want to have that financial independence? Oh, somebody just put independence. Right. What do you really want? Tell me in the chat, what do you really want? If you don't put something in the chat, I'm gonna just assume that you don't want anything. And because you don't want anything, that's why you have money issues. What do you really want? Great generational cycles. Yes. Freedom. Travel when I want and leave a legacy for my family. Yes. All of that. Generational wealth, financial freedom. Yes, sis. And it's yours. All of it. I want to make money when I sleep. Come on, passive income. And create generational wealth for my kids and family. Yes. To budget. Yes. Financial freedom. Yes. Everybody that says legacy, something for their kids, their family, y'all are going to do great things and y'all are going to make a change in your finances, because what I get from that is you're selfless. You're selfless. Our kids should not have to start off at where we started off at. If I can't give my kids a better life than what my mom gave me, I'm doing them a disservice. We have to do better in our community with setting up the next generation. What else? What else? Peace, peace, freedom, family. Yes. To not have to think about money and be stressed due to the lack of money when I have my own family. Say so. Say so. Because that financial stress hit differently. It hit different. 3 years ago, talking about somebody crying, talking about somebody asking why can I pay my rent? And all I had to show for it was some clothes in my closet and a few good meals. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Shop, travel, be free, period. To go from rags to riches, period, period. I want to be able to maintain the lifestyle I have without dependence, period, sis. Financial freedom and give more to help people. Yes, absolutely. We are blessed to be a blessing. Hence why I said give. Giving is my favorite to talk about. We are blessed to be a blessing. To stop living from paycheck to paycheck. Yes. Let's see what they're talking about on IG. Generational wealth, financial freedom. Yes, sis. It'll set me up to freely and cheerfully save, spend, invest, and give. Yes. Start my own business. Come on. Impact. I want to create 1,000 multimillionaires over the next 30 years. Let's go. Let's go. All of that stuff that y'all really want, it starts with you. When you make a decision that, oh, I'm doing this, it's no turning back. It's no turning back. But you have to have something that is so strong. Like I'm talking about real strong, because there are going to be times when you would rather go to California dreaming than cook your food in the house. And I'm not saying that you have to deprive yourself. Never do that, because that's not sustainable. But you are going to have to learn how to sacrifice. You're going to. When I graduated from college, y'all, nothing in me wanted to move back to King Street, South Carolina, let alone move back home. I thought I was grown for real. I enjoyed living by myself. But I knew for a fact, I would rather build my foundation than pay somebody $1,200 rent. And I'm just being real. What did that take? Sacrifice, because I know in the long term what I'm working towards. You have to have something long term that is so strong that is going to help you stay the course, because it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Okay? So I just want y'all to think about that. And I know I kind of put y'all on the spot, but even after you get off this call, continue to think about what it is that you really want. Now, moving forward, how can I help? I create so much content on a regular basis, free content through my blog, my YouTube, social media, my email list. If you're not on my email list, get on it, because we get gems each and every week. And then personalized attention. If you know for a fact that you struggle with budgeting and you need my one-on-one help, where we go through your income, expenses, your monthly spending, how to set you up with financial goals and help you get on that right track, book a one-on-one budgeting session with me. 2021, between now and December 31st, this is the last time that y'all can book a one-on-one budgeting session. Come 2022, I'm not doing one-on-ones. It's going to be strictly group coaching, period. Now, the lifestyle budgeting ebook is another great resource that I wrote this past September. The lifestyle budgeting ebook basically takes you step by step, everything that we talked about today, from budgeting, saving, spending, investing, giving, and it gives you a blueprint for how to budget your money monthly, and really build that solid financial foundation. So those are the ways that you can move forward. Free is good, and I'll pour my all into my free content. If you have been following me for a while, you know that because you probably got some good gems from me. But free won't get you but so far. So make sure that if you need more help, you invest in the personalized attention, either by doing a one-on-one budgeting session or by investing in the lifestyle budgeting ebook that breaks down everything even more that we talked about tonight. So now, final words. Good planning and hard work lead to prosperity, but hasty shortcuts lead to poverty. Proverbs 21:5. This is my favorite scripture because I want y'all to know that budgeting is all about planning. Like I said earlier, it's going to be hard at first to kind of plan out that money. You already got the hard work down pat, because I'm pretty sure everybody on here, they work some sort of job, they get income in some sort of way. You got the hard work down, but do you plan out what you have already worked for? Do you plan out what you have already worked for, or do you just let it leave you with ease? There is no shortcuts to building wealth. There is no shortcuts to learning how to be a better steward of your money. There are no shortcuts. Hasty shortcuts lead to poverty. This past Tuesday, I sent out an email to my email list about not shrinking back. Don't shrink back in this season. Everything that you want, go for it. Take action. Period. When you are inconsistent, lazy, procrastinate, all of those are shrinking you back from your potential. I know a lot of grown adults, they look back on their life and say, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. They settle for what's in arm's reach when they know for a fact they deserve more. And not only do they deserve more, they want more. That's the tea. How you want more but don't do more? That don't make no sense. So when I shared that, it's because that came to me 2 days prior. I was celebrating the responsible home girl, like, oh, we a year in the game, whoop, whoop. But I was looking at my YouTube channel, I'm like, Key, sis, you could have been more consistent. Why you had this YouTube channel for almost a year, but you only got 20 videos? If you are not on your own neck like that, that is an issue. So I made a decision in this next season, I am not shrinking back, period. I don't care if 25 people was on this call or if 2 people was on this call, I was still going to give it my all. I don't care if 2 people buy my ebook or 2,000 people buy my ebook. I'm still going to give it my all. So I challenge you in this season, don't shrink back. Figure out what it is that you want, what God put on your heart. I do not believe that God called everybody to be an entrepreneur, but even in your 9-to-5 space, like I said earlier, stop looking at your job as a job and look at it as an investor. They are giving you something, you are giving them something. Make sure you are giving it your all. Period. Good planning and hard work lead to prosperity, but hasty shortcuts lead to poverty. So now, giveaway time. So I have been reading this book, y'all, called Rich and Righteous, and it is written by Julian Gordon. Look him up on Instagram. It's super duper good. It talks about spiritual secrets to mastering money, manifestation, and your mind. So this is the book. As you can see, like I already started like putting stuff in it, highlighting different stuff. Like it's super good. So let me give y'all a little bit of background story, and I'm gonna try to get off and do this in 2 minutes. But when I first bought this book, it cost $100, and I thought that I was only getting one book. I want to tell y'all how serious I am about personal finance and about learning different stuff that I can share with you. So I bought this book for $100, thinking that I was only going to get this one book, right? And I know you probably think like, Key, $100? It can't be that good. It's that good. So anyways, I paid $100, but I didn't read. Reading is essential, y'all. So probably about a week later, I get this big box on my front porch and I open it and it's 5 books. So I'm like, oh, I paid $100 because he gives people 5 books with the intent to share them, to pass them out. So I paid $100 for myself, get myself a book, and 4 other people who didn't even know they was going to, get a book. So tonight, or not tonight, but yes, tonight, take action. I love it. You have 24 hours to purchase my lifestyle budgeting ebook for your name to enter into a raffle for this Rich and Righteous book giveaway. So between now and 8 p.m. tomorrow, you have 24 hours to purchase my lifestyle budgeting ebook. The link is in my bio. If you have already purchased my lifestyle budgeting ebook, y'all know I wasn't going to leave y'all out. If you have already purchased my lifestyle budgeting ebook, for one, I appreciate you and thank you for trusting me. But 2, send me a review. Send me a review either through text or email, and I will put your name into a raffle as well for this book. And I have 3 books to give away, so make it quick. You have 24 hours to purchase the lifestyle budgeting ebook if you have not purchased it yet, for your name to be entered into a raffle. If you have already purchased the book, just send me a review of the ebook and I will put your name in the raffle. So y'all, it is 9:05. Thank you so much for rocking with me. If you are not following me on Instagram, please make sure you are following me. If you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please make sure that you are subscribed. I want to make sure that I give the opportunity for y'all to ask questions. So if anybody has any questions, please put it in the chat. And let me see. Give the example of the session you did this week. Oh, yes. Thank you for bringing that up, Mom. So I had a one-on-one budgeting session this week with someone who earns a lot of money, but also spends a lot of money. Earns a lot of money, but also spends a lot of money. So we started off with doing the same action item that I gave y'all. So me and her, we are sitting down and we did this budgeting session in person. So I had her tell me her income. So she was an entrepreneur. So her income was it was consistent income, but it was different amounts, right? So she gave me all of these different incomes, the dates that she gets it, blah, blah, blah. And then we go through her expenses. So now we have her monthly recurring expenses. I'm like, okay. You're spending, you're making more than you're spending, but let's talk about your monthly spending. So y'all, we went through her bank statements from October because I always do it a month back so we can get a full month preview of it. So now we're going through her bank statements from October. And when I tell you sis was sick, she was sick because by the time we finished calculating up all of that stuff, she had spent $7,000. $7,000. So she was like, I cannot believe this. So I share that story to say, just because you make a lot of money, do you keep the money? Do you keep the money? And it doesn't matter if you book the one-on-one budgeting session or the lifestyle budgeting ebook or buy the lifestyle budgeting ebook, you need to know what you have coming in versus what you have leaving out. And do it behind so you can get a clear picture of what it is. I'm telling y'all, do the activity. Do the activity. And if you need more explicit details, more help, hit me up because I'm your girl. Would you recommend saving a specific amount or a percentage of your income? Oh, that is a great question. And it really depends on you and your goals. So say for instance, you don't have your emergency fund you don't have your emergency fund fully funded yet, right? So some people say $1,000. I say you need about 3 to 6 months. Once you get that 3 to 6 months, then you can start beefing it up some more. So basically, let's just say your monthly bills is $1,000, and I'm just using 1,000 for easy math. 3 months of that expenses would be $3,000. So right now, if you only have $2,000 in your account or in your emergency fund, you need to be figuring out how can you get to this $3,000 mark. So if it's going to help you get there by saving, let's just say $200 a month, or if you say, no matter what, I'm going to save 10% of my income, it's really just up to you, your bills, and what you got going on. In the ebook, I talk about having financial goals. So a lot of people have a lot of credit card debt, and the credit card debt is the first thing that I tell a lot of people to attack, because credit cards, they have a really high interest rate. So you will find yourself almost never getting out of credit card debt because the interest rate is about 24%. Sometimes a little lower, sometimes a little higher. So you can save and you can pay off debt at the same time, but it really just depends on what you're working with. So either one is fine. It really just depends. I hope that helps. Any questions on Instagram? I need it. Yes, it's yours. And I know you already bought an ebook from me. I really appreciate you. So send me a review. You have 24 hours to do that, and I will definitely put your name in the raffle. This was great. Thank you, Laisha. Love, love, love this. So good. Thank you. Any other questions, y'all? It is 9:10. I have took you 10 minutes over. I am sorry about that. I love to be on time. But any last minute questions before we get off the call? Thank you. You're welcome. I hope y'all got some good gems from this. Thank you. This was so helpful. You're welcome, sis. Great stuff. Great stuff. No questions. Great job. Very informative. Thank you. Okay, y'all. I appreciate y'all so much for being on. Thank you for rocking with me. I appreciate all of you. And let's go. Let's get this giveaway popping. Check out everything that I have for you at theresponsiblehomegirl.com. If y'all have any questions that come after the fact, feel free to DM me on Instagram, or you can just send me an email at theresponsiblehomegirl@gmail.com, and I will definitely reach back out to you. So I hope everyone has an amazing night. See y'all later.